to induct my very first sports hero, my cousin Marvin. We had a lot of good times in the record when the Whitleys were here. My grandfather, Brother Guy Whitley, was at the Baptist Church, and Miss Willie Whitley was the English teacher. And they came in 1974. Marv was in 6th grade. And he started scoring touchdowns pretty much the day he got here. In the 6th grade, his popcorn team went undefeated. Marv led the team in touchdowns, and the highlight was they played the 7th grade team, and they beat them too. I don't know where Chucky Chadwick or Barry Avery are today, but if they remember when Marv ran over them in the 7th grade game. But remember, you won't forget, Chucky?
Yes.
There.
I've never heard that story.
Just go. By the time Marv was in high school, Coach Mark on the white line. We wore number 11. It looked like 2 lightning bolts. Made him look even faster running down the field. White Lightning was expected to call his own plays and lead your offense. Historically speaking, that Mark calls his own plays. He's going to score the most touchdowns. And he did. He scored led the team in touchdowns. He was MVP. He was an all-district quarterback. The very first football game I ever saw in my life was Rector versus Corning. Marv had a 64-yard quarterback sneak, and I thought he was probably better than Roger Staubach. I saw a big game, that was a homecoming game, and that was a real big deal because they didn't usually beat big, because Rector hadn't had football very long when that game was played, and Marv scored a touchdown. Rector won 19-0, it was a big deal. But the signature White Lightning game I saw was impossible. White Lightning had 132 yards on 10 carries. He had a 42-yard quarterback run for a touchdown. And on the next drive, he had a 52-yard quarterback run for a touchdown. He was so excited after that second one, he asked Coach Park if he could kick the extra point. Coach Park said, no, you're not kicking. If you want to try to run it in, it's your call. White Lightning ran it in. The very first trophies I ever held in my hand were Marv's trophies. I sneak into his room, pick them up, look in the mirror, say it's going to be me one day. I never did get a football trophy. But it's actually basketball that I think of the most, probably because I was a basketball player. I kind of think of that as a living sport. A lot of Whitleys before Mark played basketball. Woodrow Whitley, Mr. Whitley played for Blackwater, Wayne Whitley, Maxine Whitley won everything there was to win in the love. My dad, Guy Whitley Jr., was on those good parallel teams in the mid-60s with Manuel Washington. But Marv Whitley was the first one I ever saw play. And basketball was different in the late 70s because there wasn't a three-point line. So it was, there's no reason to shoot a 20-footer. You get a 12-footer. A lot more clogged up and wasn't all the spacing. So you needed a point guard like Marv, who kind of played basketball like he played quarterback. He was always attacking, getting in the paint, throwing contact. I think he loved contact. Setting up the other guys, let the team assist, got the free throw line, and won the free throw. So they won the Clay County Championship every year. The district championship, got the semifinals of the regional state tournament. But if my grandfather was here, Brother Guy, he would tell you what he told me, which is baseball is Marv's best sport. I think that's the sport he played most of Marv by a long shot, because Paul, which is what we called him, was a baseball player. And Marv started out catching, but in 1979, we were along with Tim White and Wade Preston, the Shelton brothers. They got all the way to the finals. Marv hit 304. Coach Stone said the turning point of the season was when we brought Marv from behind the plate, put him in the center field, which gave him the best outfield in the district. And of course,